Hello everyone and welcome back to the Perennial. I'm still Dio. I'm still here for yet another match in the group stages. But this time I'm joined once again by this one guy. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Dio. It is a pleasure to be back.
We got another good match on our hands here. Actually, this one's pretty close in seeding. Seed number 23 versus seed number 26 out of qualifiers. Platano versus I Will Show Up Once. I believe this is a matchup in group... I don't remember, actually.
It's Group B. It's Group B.
Thank you.
It's Group B.
I completely forgot, so that's helpful. Yeah, Group B, between Platano and I Will Show Up Once. Skill, Ribo, Alfra, Kazukike, Ideal, Gorino, Lillian, and Danny. For Platano, I Will Show Up Once with Artoria, My Angel, Gender Blender, Agnes Digital, Chess, Cyan, Akinami, Soft Bunny, and Araga Kiwi.
Yeah, and despite the name, I Will Show Up Once has now showed up twice. They have played a match already, so they're exceeding expectations. Yeah, true. So they're exceeding expectations in that regard. Unfortunately, I think this group is actually already decided, right? So this is a little bit of just being played for posterity here, because European goats 5-0'd both. 5-0'd I Will Show Up and 5-1 Platano. So this is the for fun match of the group, which it should be actually an interesting one, like you said. Anyway, though, with the seating being relatively similar and a lot of those placements looking, along similar lines.
Yeah, solid Hard Rock 1, Nomad 1 for I Will Show Up Once, and a bit better, I think, on the DT. Yeah, a little better on the DT for Platano, so we'll see if that is going to be something that plays into the match a little bit. Go ahead and get ready to go with this one as well. Switch over to the actual lobby.
Yeah, I feel like, the Hard Rock 1 thing, of course, nobody's really playing much Hard Rock in this pool.
No, I don't know why exactly, but nobody's playing much Hard Rock.
We have not seen Hard Rock being played. I don't know about you. I have not seen much DT1, but that might just be me. We've seen a few picks for DTs 2 and 3, though, so maybe those pools getting used.
We did see DT1 in the previous match, so it's getting some play. DT2, DT3 definitely more popular this weekend, though. I think the DT1 less popular just because, it's 10.3, it's bursts, it's aim, it's a lot of different things, right? Multi-skill set, high approach rate is always a little more niche than just basic DT aim farm, so I think there's a big reason why fewer teams are picking it this weekend, which is to be expected for something like that, right? As for the bans, Hidden 2 from Platano, DT1 from Team Blue, I Will Show Up Once. So already a DT1 ban. Kind of expect a low approach rate first pick from I Will Show Up Once, given the Hidden 2 ban from Platano. And as for Platano, of course, DT1 banned out, so maybe DT2 or Nomad 5 is the first pick. Gonna be the DT2.
Hey! Dio's looking into his crystal ball for this match, man. Just he's gonna ponder his orb. He's picking out all of the bans and all the picks and everything. Is just gonna go perfectly through this entire match. So first pick DT2 here, Platano. The triples, the repeating triples. Shall we talk about the repeating triple? The infamous repeating triples that seem to be the highlight of this map. People have actually been doing kind of better on them than I anticipated when we saw this getting played last night. So didn't seem to be as big of an issue as we maybe expected it to be. But certainly plenty of bursts and all those triples to contend with. Lots of things you can break on tapping wise.
Yeah, it can be pretty difficult, honestly, with all of the repeating triples, plus the finger control, plus the longer streams in this map, or rather longer burst, short streams in this map, 13 notes-ish, I think, max length for this. So nothing too ridiculous at 225 BPM, but can still be a drain on the stamina with everything else going on. It's the pattern complexity, right? When there's more than one thing going on in a map, the map gets harder just by virtue of having more than one thing going on. That's why a lot of better teams tend to be better at more complex maps where there's lots and lots of stuff going on, like the Nomad 3 or the Hidden 1, whereas lower-seeded teams tend to prefer those more straightforward picks like the Nomad 1, the Free Mod 1, etc.
Yeah, you do end up, I suppose, with those rare like low seed teams that specialize into, maybe you have a low seed who's really good at reading or something. But yeah, in general, definitely feels like you're much more likely to see the just almost throwaway feeling like Nomad 1 or Nomad 2 picks on kind of a standard pool from some of these lower seeded teams. But let's see what we get into as this match progresses, as the players are getting set up. We'll Platano's first pick here. And yeah, this one, like we said, kind of just posterity for this one. Somebody gets a win. One of these teams will get a win in the group stage, which is gonna feel okay, even if they won't be able to advance. Soft Bunny having some trouble getting on the right team, but I think we're good to go. MP settings, GLHF's coming out.
There we go.
So we're gonna have Steel, Kazuki K, Ideal, and Lillian on Platano. Gender Blender, Cyan, Araga, Kiwi, and Soft Bunny for I Will Show Up Once. Let's get into it. Should be a good time.
The Battle of Honor commences. The battle for second place commences. Again, these teams, they cannot get out of this group, so this is entirely for fun, for honor, for tournament experience, for just playing the damn match, just having a good time. So
I think players need to do more of that.
Yeah,
like just play matches that have fun, and not everything has to be like, oh my god, I will get a badge or else. Like, just like, can we go back to like 2018 and just play matches and tournaments for fun?
I enjoy playing for fun tournaments. I made an entire tournament just to play for fun. If you're ranked 4,500 or lower, go register for Dio's For Fun Cup 2 Love Train. I'm hosting and playing a tournament, and it's unbadged. I didn't see any tournaments I wanted to register for, so I made one myself.
I can't believe you're rigging a tournament for yourself as a
rigging
member of the tournament committee,
bro. Yep.
You're gonna get kicked off.
I'm getting canceled. Oh my god.
He's done. Wait till Twitter gets a hold of this one. I tell you what.
Not like it didn't already happen in 2020 or anything. Anyway. Full combo still intact for Skill and Araga Kiwi. Everybody else relatively similar, but good recovery combo for Kazuki K and Ideal. A couple of extra misses for the side of I Will Show Up Once on players like Gender Blender, Cyan, and Soft Kiwi. Araga Kiwi and Skill both dropping those full combos, but once again, no recovery really to be found on I Will Show Up Once. It's just Ideal holding any sizable combo in the lobby now.
Yeah, Ideal has a combo that matches pretty much all of I Will Show Up Once, and with a 300k lead in hand, that's good enough for Platano to be pretty comfy here halfway through. Not a lot to write home about. We're going to start to see combos being built up other than that break from Soft Bunny, so everybody going to start to get some more score on the board here heading into the last third of the pick. Making it through these bursts and slightly longer streams with some degree of comfort. There goes Lillian, it's going to trade a break back. There goes Skill as well, but Ideal and Kazuki K still holding on. Cyan, Gender Blender, Araga Kiwi all building up, but I just don't know that it's going to make much of a difference when they're down by 450k, unfortunately. And that is a triple reset for I Will Show Up Once anyway, so it definitely won't matter.
It will not, unfortunately. But this is the first pick for Platano, so you expect them to do relatively well on it, especially considering the DT1 ban for I Will Show Up Once. So I don't think too surprising that on the first pick, with only one round of bans, Platano doing this well on their first pick. That's kind of how it should be, no?
Yep. Always anticipate teams opting first into something that they are very strong on. And that's proven to be the case here. Very nice score for Ideal. Broke quite early on and has a very solid recovery up to 1200 plus combo. It's going to be somewhere in the vicinity of an 800k score for them. And Kazuki also going to be about 1000 combo by the end. So well done to Platano. A solid first pick. 780k, 637k. Top two scores in the lobby by a gigantic margin, with the top score from I Will Show Up Once not even reaching 500,000 points. And a good first pick, 1-0 Platano. As we said, your first pick, it should be something you're good at, and that was definitely the case here.
Yeah, solid run for Platano. Good start, 1-0 in the match. And now for I Will Show Up Once. I'm expecting Nomad 4, at least during the first round of picks, right? Hidden 2 ban from Platano, so surely I Will Show Up Once, go for the Nomad 4 during the first round of picks. If you're picking other density stuff, you could go for the hidden one or the free mod one. Those maps kind of the other two real density picks in the pool. Hidden one, it's not really density, it's an alt map, but it's AR 9.2 and it's got hidden on it, so kind of, sort of, if you really stretch the definition of density. Free mod 1 is AR 9, 220 BPM awkward aim, so obviously that one also relatively combo dense and can be a reading challenge. We have seen some comfort hard rocks be taken on that free mod 1 this weekend so far. But almost certainly the No Mod 4. I would be surprised if they don't pick it during the first round of bans, because it's a pretty likely second ban for Platano if it does go unpicked here.
Yeah, I wonder, you know, I just kind of want to see in this match some more variety in picks. I was talking to somebody about some of the matches I've seen so far, and then I've seen, like, not even half the pool, I think, in matches yet. Have not seen a No Mod 1, have not seen a No Mod 3, have not seen either of the Hard Rocks or the Free Mod 1, and there is indeed going to be that No Mod 4. So as expected, you get the Hidden 2 banned against you. You first pick the low AR No Mod as the remaining low approach rate pick in the pool that is available to you.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to call skill issue. I've seen every map besides Hard Rock 1 be played.
You've also casted like 3 times as many matches.
I haven't casted half of the matches so far, or more. I don't know exactly how many. I can count on the sheet, but yeah, quite a lot of them. So yeah, unfortunately, quite a lot of matches. I will agree, quite a lot of matches picking very similar maps. Lots of DT2, lots of No Mod 5, lots of No Mod 4, Hidden 2, a lot of the free mod pool as well being played, particularly that free mod 2 quite often. This No Mod 4 also relatively popular this weekend. Mental Chainsaw by Kairiki Bear, mapped by X-Cores originally for Battle of the Box 2024 in winter. AR8 with a lot of aim control and overlapping patterns, stuff that repeats itself over and over again. It's not too complex of a reading map, but definitely more complex and more control focused than the Hidden 2. So we'll see how well the players can do on something that maybe is a little bit trickier than some of the other low approach rate in tournaments.
I'm excited to see this one. First time I will have seen it in a match, and also, you know, it's one of those big like skill set switch ups that you do see sometimes early on, especially in matches when all of the skill sets are kind of still available. Going from a relatively streamy, bursty 225 BPM DT map to a 188 BPM overlap heavy AR8. Very, very different for anybody who's in for both, which there appear to be a few players. You've got Skill, Ideal, and alongside Alpha and Lillian, and everybody just dying on that intro.
So many resets. Oh my god.
Oh goodness. Who has an FC still? I think it's just Araga Kiwi.
I think so. Yeah. I think everybody else is broken. That is it. That's the only FC in the lobby already. That intro kind of OP.
Yeah, it's like what happened on the intro on No Mod 2 when we watched it one of the times last night, where everybody just died. We're not prepared, and here we are. It still breaks aplenty. You've got Skill, Alpha, Lillian, Gender Blender all going down, but Arga Kiwi, Agnes Digital, and Soft Bunny holding some pretty decent combo, including 1FC for I Will Show Up Once, so they're going to take the early lead here on their own first pick.
See how long Araga Kiwi can hold on to this FC. There goes Agnes Digital, Alpha, Skill, Soft Bunny, Lillian, all also breaking on this first time. Oh my god. It's Gender Blender and Araga Kiwi holding for I Will Show Up Once, Ideal holding for Platano, and 100,000 score leading climbing for the blue team now.
Yeah, this is pretty solid stuff here for I Will Show Up. There goes Araga Kiwi, but 3 members of Platano also broke, so it's not going to be the absolute end of the world. There goes Gender Blender. Now that's going to be a bit troublesome if Ideal continues to hold. That's a 500 combo uncontested as a 4-way reset comes in, really a 7-way reset across the lobby. The only player to hold on to any sort of combo is going to be Ideal. And you can see that score gap is going to start to come down. We've passed the halfway mark. The scores are going to start to get bigger, and Ideal is going to start to bring this one back on their own. Let's see how long that combo can stay alive, nearly an FC. Much like what happened on DT2 with them, right? Broke early on and then held the rest of the way through. And maybe, just maybe, doing the same thing again as everyone is continuing to struggle from the rest of that team.
Yeah, Gender Blender, Agnes, and Soft Bunny all holding combo through that section. Araga Kiwi finding the break. So I will show up once with a lot of recovery combos, and the score lead actually starting to go back their way now above that 60k mark, despite this big combo from Ideal. It's very, very slow, but it is moving in favor of blue team right now. So it's going to take more than just the miss from Araga Kiwi. There goes Agnes and Araga once again. And now Ideal's big combo going to start to matter here. Down below 40k, the score lead for I Will Show Up Once. Platano, as long as Ideal holds, can maybe take this. There goes Soft Bunny and Araga Kiwi once again. Ooh. But there goes Ideal. There's the big combo gone. And now it's just Gender Blender with any sizable combo in the lobby. Score lead back above that 40k mark. And there goes Lillian. That was the only combo for Platano. So the score is secure for the end of the map for I Will Show Up Once. Very close, but secure nonetheless. They are going to take this point and put themselves on the board 1-1 in the match.
That was intense. I feel for Ideal. That is a 1v9. Man, 725k, and you know, you gotta be thinking if you're Ideal, like, can somebody on my team just get like 400,000 points or something? Like, that's all that they needed. And the answer to that was unfortunately no. Now, obviously, like, if Ideal had FC'd or just not broken near the end and held through the rest of the way, that would have been enough too. But I mean, you top score the lobby by 300k and still lose. That is very, very unfortunate. Very much clearly a team not super comfortable with this type of map. Alpha 213k, skill 236k. Not a skill set that they would have opted into on their own, that is for sure. No. And so it's going to be 1-1. I Will Show Up Once his first pick working out okay for them. And switching skill sets back over to Nomad 5, we go into another tapping pick here for Platano.
Yep. So no surprise here. Again, DT1 banned, DT2 and Nomad 5 picked, especially with how one-sided the DT2 was. I don't think there's any other obvious pick like this in the pool. Maybe we see something like a Nomad 2 ban in the second round here for I Will Show Up Once. It's not quite as stamina intensive, but it is still a tapping map. For now, though, 246 BPM, bursts, short streams. Yeah, that's it. That's the map. Welcome to Nomad 5 core.
It's early round Nomad 5. It just can't be too hard. So this is what we end up with. As long as it's not Senseless Massacre.
As long as there's some kind of aim and spacing, yeah. Which is the case in this map. There's a little bit of aim, a little bit of spacing, but definitely on the comfortable side with relatively low spacing overall.
And based on how the DT2 went, gotta favor Platano pretty heavily here. They looked pretty solid on that first tapping map of this match. Where's my appealing? There's my appealing. And so you would anticipate them looking similarly strong here again. Ideal top scorer in the DT2 at 781k, top scoring also the Nomad 4, but see if Ideal can run that back, maybe avoid the one miss and pull up an FC or something. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, we'll see exactly how well they can do on this one. I will say this Nomad 5 is easier than the DT2. Just the lack of pattern complexity, like the finger control in the Double Time 2, for example, makes this a lot more straightforward, a lot more accessible to players who otherwise on the DT2 might have struggled a little bit. So maybe we see I Will Show Up Once do a little bit better on this map. To my knowledge, this is the only map this weekend that has a 4-way full combo at all from any team. So the fact that it has one at all should speak to exactly how well some teams can do on the map. That said, a lot of early breaks here. Ideal, Skill, and Soft Bunny all finding drops. Kazuki K also breaking in the first 150 combo. So it's just Lillian with the full combo right now for Platano. There goes Gender Blender as Cyan and Araga Kiwi keep up the FCs. Now the only FCs in the lobby with that break from Lillian. And like I said, this
Cyan as well.
This map is maybe a little bit accessible here for I Will Show Up Once. There goes Cyan, but Araga Kiwi still on the FC. Too many recovery combos to keep the score lead on their side, though. On the side of Platano, now they've got a little bit of extra combo built up from the start of the map.
Yeah, Ideal is just running back the same strategy for every map, I guess. Break at the beginning and then hold the rest of the way through. This is, you know, potentially 3 times in a row that could happen with them. But as you said, the recovery combo's coming in strong for Platano here. Ideal just shy of 500 in skill as well. Kazuki a little bit ahead of them. And there go 3 members of I Will Show Up Once. Cyan, Soft Bunny, and Araga Kiwi all getting caught out on that slider. And that is, I don't want to say a nail in the coffin halfway through, but it's kind of a nail in the coffin halfway through, especially with Gender Blender breaking when you have, you know, nearly 700 combo on 3 different members of Platano, 500 on the other. And that score lead is just starting to rocket over to the left to the red team. It's 300k in just a moment and only going to get worse. There goes Ideal, so it looks like the streak of top scores will end for them. But no matter here, as that lead is looking pretty comfortable now.
Yeah, that string of 4-way reset for I Will Show Up Once was right before a slow section as well. You got a bit of free combo from that part of the map. And then into another burst section where 3 of the 4 players were able to hold for Platano. So score lead now up to 475k and climbing, soon to cross that 500k mark. And even with these recovery combos going relatively strong for I Will Show Up Once, it just doesn't matter all that much. Cyan going to find another break. Gender Blender going to find another break. Soft Bunny going to find another break. Araga Kiwi, the only one with any combo now on their side. Lillian will trade, but that is not nearly enough. Skill and Kazuki K still holding over 1k combo for Platano. And yeah, this map is over. 730,000 score lead in favor of Platano. It was looking okay for I Will Show Up Once during the first third or so of the map, but this back half has been brutal for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just never meant to be after the first big 4-way chain reset for I Will Show Up Once, and Platano built very solidly into the last part of that map. Gonna be Kazuki K on the top score, 877k, just 1 miss, 99.57 AC, a very strong performance. We do see the S rank from Araga Kiwi, but there's multiple slider breaks involved in that. Couldn't even muster up a 600k, unfortunately. Did put up the best score on that team by a pretty sizable margin, but unfortunately the rest lagging pretty far behind of where they would have needed to be. And Platano, you know, runs back that performance on a tapping map. DT2 worked out well for them, and now Nomad 5 has worked out for them well also. And 2-1 lead. And no low AR remaining in the pool to pick from for I Will Show Up, so we'll have to see where they decide to go now with the Hidden 2 and Nomad 4 both gone.
It took them to Rhode Island on that pick. Nobody wants to go to Rhode Island.
You're going to be in and out and on your way in a very short time.
Yeah, you really can be.
Not a big state.
No, very tiny. I was going to say, if you're looking for density, Hidden 1, Pre-Mod 1, maybe the options can be Hidden 1 here for Platano. Happy to see the Hidden 1 get picked a little bit here.
Yeah, it's been a cool pick to see several times, kind of that alt awkward aim skill set that you know, we see plenty of awkward aim obviously in Hidden, but it's usually not quite at this exact BPM at the 130 alt BPM. You usually see this, you know, maybe somewhere in the 190 to 210 range, which is a little more comfortable. That alt aspect of it adds just a little bit of thought process to the left hand that maybe wouldn't have been there otherwise. But the awkward aim, I feel, is what kind of gets you. It's kind of some of those linear overlapping type of aim patterns.
Yeah, I think it dips a lot into aim control at this BPM, right? Similar to how some of those really high BPM hidden ones can feel more like alt maps or just straight up aim control. This definitely, with the back and forths and the transitions out of them into a lot of flow aim, feels much heavier on the aim control than like an awkward aim pick like the Pre-Mod 1, for example. So skill set adjacent, but not quite the same. So it does make it a little bit different here. This is pretty much the only pure alt pick in the pool as well. Nomad 3 being 175 BPM, Hard Rock 2 being kind of light tech, and DT3 being weird. Makes this...
3 is kind of alt, but not
kind of alt,
really.
But not really.
It's not like a Nomad 3 by any means. This will be interesting to see. I Will Show Up Once looked decent, not great, I would say, on the Nomad 4. You know, maybe a little closer at times than they would have liked. It took, but at the same time, you know, Platano didn't look great on it either. It was just Ideal making them look kind of better than they were. So we'll see what happens with somewhat more accessible pick, thanks to the AR being, you know, 9.2 instead of AR 8. I think that reading aspect being removed while retaining some density. Maybe we'll make it a little easier for more of the members of Platano who struggled a lot with the low AR pick before.
Ooh. Say that, we've already got 5 breaks across the lobby so far. Skill Alpha Gender Blender, the only full combos remaining. Soft Money on a good recovery for I Will Show Up Once. The score lead's still very close, only 30k right now. But more and more misses from Araga Kiwi and Agnes Digital, keeping the score lead on the side of Platano for now. As Skill and Alpha continue those full combos. And there goes Soft Bunny. So there's one of the big combos down, and you see a little cursor dancing there after the miss. Really not happy with that one. But just Gender Blender now for I Will Show Up Once. Going into the first Ki time here, anything can still change. Still under 100,000 score lead, so a couple big misses from the full combos on Platano could shift this over very quickly, especially with a lot of supporting combo on their side as well. Any of these misses could shift it, but that's a miss you don't want to see for I Will Show Up Once, and a massive 6-way reset.
Yeah. So we have Ideal holding on, we have Araga Kiwi holding on. Everyone else in the lobby fell and continue to fall as there's another 5-way miss. That one, though, involved Araga Kiwi. That was... the
4-way for I Will Show Up Once.
That's the 4-way for I Will Show Up Once. Yeah, you are not going to get away with that against too many teams, unfortunately. Ideal back on the recovery combo does break, but Alpha and Lillian holding on to some combo against really not much to speak of for I Will Show Up. They're just... Okay, players just struggling with this one.
There's
a lot of breaks.
I mean,
it's not easy.
AR 9.2 alt hidden is not a combination you see too often in tournament, and it shows. Lots of the teams below about seed 20 really struggle with this map, whereas a lot of the teams either that are good at hidden or that are just higher seeded in general, top 16 or so, do relatively well on this, and I think there's a reason for that. The patterning in this is hard. Flow aim hidden is hard. Aim control hidden is hard. AR 9.2 hidden is not all that common anymore these days in 2024. People don't map AR 9.2 alt all that often. It's much higher approach rate usually, even at the star rating. So people are just not comfortable on this at all, and it shows here in this map with everybody struggling. Nobody above 400k except for Alpha, the only player in the lobby above that mark. And only a handful of players, about half the lobby, above that 300k mark. Unfortunately for I Will Show Up Once, 3 of those 4 players are on the side of Platano, and there's not much time left for any sort of comeback. No combo on their side to stage 1 either. So this is going to be a breakpoint 3-1 up for Platano before the second set of bans.
Yeah, this map has just really not gone well for almost anyone in the lobby, as you said. Just the 500k on Alpha. But players really struggling with this one, and I don't know what the expected score was for I Will Show Up Once, right? I don't know what their practice scores looked like, but I mean, 1.2 million, you got to figure that's a low roll. Unfortunately, if you low roll in a match, it's a little more impactful than low rolling in practice, and it does mean that break point goes on over. Not even like any especially great score for Platano. 529k, 409k. It's good enough to win, and that's about what you can say about that.
Sometimes that's all you need. You don't need to FC, you just need to be better. And better they were in this one. Gender Blender with 419k for I Will Show Up Once, the one player above 400k for them. But just not enough with, again, the 530k and the 410k on the side of Platano there.
So, second ban phase here. One more ban per team. Platano looking for whatever the remaining, like, semi-dense Amy map is, maybe, even though they just won that one, just to take it away from I Will Show Up. It's gonna be No Mod 3 removed.
Banning out the original song, SMH. Why ban the Doomsday song?
That's 2 out of 3, I believe. If not 3 out of 3 of the matches that I've casted have had that one banned.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a shame. I Will Show Up Once. I don't know. DT3? No Mod 2? I don't really know.
No Mod 2, DT3, I don't know, man. There's not much tapping left in the pool at this point with Nomad 5 DT2 picked and DT1 banned. Nomad 2 is technically a stream map, but it's 187 BPM. It's really not that stamina intensive. It's much more focused on the flow aim, very high spacing streams and triples in that map. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try banning out something else, maybe the DT3 after the loss on that hidden one there, or something else. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see where they decide to go. Wouldn't be too surprised with any of these picks being banned out, though. It is going to be the DT3 after all.
Yeah. Prediction skills on point. What can you do? So DT3 gone.
Pondering his orb.
It's true. Do you still have both hard rocks available? Please, I just want to see one.
Any hard rocks?
I just want to see one team pick one hard rock. Please give me a hard rock one.
It's open. It's open after the second round of bans. Let's pick hard rock 1.
Nope, free mod 2. All right. Well, we'll see you guys in like 10 minutes because that's how long it takes. It feels like this map takes.
Yeah, this is quite a long one. Almost 4 minutes for this map. Tech consistency. Kind of 2018-esque sort of tech map with some finger control, some flow aim and high spacing aim control, and a little bit of slider tech in the map as well. AR 9.3, CS4, definitely easier on Nomad than on Hidden or Hard Rock. I don't think we've seen any comfort Hard Rocks on this map throughout the entire weekend.
No, and the best scores I've been seeing are on Nomad on this. I think definitely one that catered to your Nomad anchor players. So this was double FC'd in one of the matches last night. Don't know if anybody's done necessarily better than that in terms of FCs on a single team, but that is pretty cool. So let's see if either of these squads can achieve a similar outcome.
Another
I don't
one
know
of
how I feel.
Go ahead.
I would say I don't know how I actually feel about this necessarily for Platano pick. Like, this has some tapping, but it's not like tapping mechanics. It's just like, oh, there's some triples and quints and stuff in it, which doesn't necessarily line up with their first couple of picks all that much. But maybe there just wasn't anything else in that other than the Nomad 2. Maybe they did not want the Nomad 2.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird pick because it is, yeah, it's a tech map. Yeah, it's got a lot of pattern complexity, but it's also one of the easiest maps in the pool. We've seen a couple of teams get up near that 3.5 million team score mark. So this is double hard rock for Platano on Skill and Lillian. That's interesting.
Skill is a hard rock player, right? So
yeah, Skill's a hard rock player, and on AR 9.3, I can definitely see Skill going comfort hard rock here. I don't like double hard rock on this map. I'm just gonna straight up say I think this is a mistake.
Not a huge fan.
So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, not a huge fan of the double hard rock either. But you've got a comfort hard rock player, and like I guess some of the patterns in this are somewhat dense, not like incredibly so, but at least a little bit. But definitely, I think more a fan of just the minimal mods: one hidden, one hard rock, or one hidden hard rock, whatever. Early break from Cyan, not going to matter that much. This is 2k total combo. Like, it's a lengthy one with a lot of just a lot of circles to click. I mean, at the end of the day, this is just a very note dense map, especially with it being 4 minutes long. It just doesn't really let up on you all that much. So early breaks aren't going to matter that much, but you do have to be locked in.
See how locked in they are. Getting into the first KI time. This is a relatively easier part of the map. A little bit of finger control here and there, a little bit of flow aim here and there. Really the breakdown section in the middle, I think, is where you're going to see a lot of combo breaks and where I think these early breaks will start to matter. Cyan finding another slider break on the hard rock there. And so far, the double hard rock working out, but we're getting into that breakdown section now. Ideal missing on the Nomad. Gender Blender missing on the hidden on some of the finger control. Those slow sliders really can trip up some players. Lillian also dropping on the hard rock. It's 2 FCs to 2 now. Alpha and Skill versus the 2 Nomad players from I Will Show Up Once. Arago Kiwi and Agnes still holding on. There goes Skill on the hard rock, and now FC advantage over to I Will Show Up Once.
Yeah, Arga, Kiwi, Agnes, Digital, the double Nomad. We said that maybe overmodding this was a little questionable, and that is rearing its ugly head here for Platano. I Will Show Up with that double FC advantage, going to bring this score gap back on over as long as they continue to hold. Accuracy pretty similar. You got actually, I think, maybe a little accolade to Platano. It's not going to be a big deal. Another break from skill, though. The quote-unquote comfort hard rock. There goes Alpha and Gender Blender. Still the double FC, though. Agnes Digital and Ariga Kiwi keeping their team alive as Cyan and Gender Blender start to miss some more. But you don't have an FC at all on Platano. You have Lillian and Ideal at 500-600 combo each. Oh, but there goes the double FC! Ariga Kiwi and Agnes Digital both breaking right past the halfway mark, and the big combo lead now with the recovery combo for Lillian and Alpha. Gonna go to Platano.
Yeah, it was looking really good for I Will Show Up Once until it suddenly wasn't, and now it does not look good at all. Lillian on the big combo there with Hard Rock. 99 accuracy on the hidden for Alpha is really, really solid on this map. And unfortunately, no big recovery combos. There goes the biggest one from Cyan for I Will Show Up Once. And so now nobody above 250 combo on their team at all. Just Gender Blender matching Ideal there. But Skill, Alpha, and Lillian all out comboing anyone on I Will Show Up Once. And so suddenly this free mod 2 looking really solid for Platano once again, as it was in the start of the map. A couple slide breaks for Ideal and Lillian, but shouldn't matter too much. Again, the combo's still better for Platano at the moment. Score lead hovering around 100k right now. Another break for Lillian is going to slowly bring it back the way of I Will Show Up Once, but there's only so much time left in the map. We're into the last quarter. There's not even 25% of the map left right now, and so you're going to need misses from more than just Lillian here. Alpha and Skill will need to miss if there's any chance of a comeback on this map for I Will Show Up Once. Skill will find the miss, but Alpha's holding combo into the end, and that should be the map. 60k score lead still intact, and only so much map left here. Maybe there's enough time, actually. This slowly going over. It's under 50k now. That extra miss from Lillian might be enough to bring it back their way. 40k, 35k, 30k, 25k now, and going over. Is there enough combo here at the end? It's not going to be enough. 23k on the last slider of the map, and Platano will take it by the slimmest of margins. Not even 23,000 score, but they do find the win on their third pick, going up 4-1 in the match.
Oh man, Platano almost gave that one away in that last quarter of the map, just unable to keep the combo on the backing players. And I Will Show Up managing to build a bit, but just ran out of time at the end. If that map was another couple seconds long, just another pattern or two would have been enough. Unfortunately, it was just not meant to be. Would have been huge for I Will Show Up Once to get that break point back, be able to tie it up with this coming pick, but instead, just hang on for dear life, take the 4-1 lead, take the match points in pocket. And now the rest of the way through, it's I Will Show Up fighting for their lives in this match. Got to win 3 points in a row to force a TB. And not a lot of great picks left to try to do that with. You've got Nomads 1 and 2, Hard Rocks 1 and 2, Free Mod 1. Don't know which of those sounds super great for I Will Show Up. Maybe it's the Free Mod 1 after making the Free Mod 2 as close as it was. I think that's probably the pick, but it's an uphill battle for them no matter what.
Yeah, we'll see what they end up actually going with here. As you said, not a lot of density-focused picks left, really just the Free Mod 1. Everything past that, 3 aim maps left. Nomad 1, Hard Rock 1, Free Mod 1. The Nomad 2 for low aim check. The Hard Rock 2 precision finger control, aim control check still alive as well. Nomad 1 for I Will Show Up Once. I was really hoping for a Hard Rock 1. Looks like we're not going to get it this match unless I Will Show Up Once win this, and potentially we see it picked by Platano, or I Will Show Up Once after this, but not going to be the pick this time around. The Beast Can't Be Stopped by Wakashima Cannon, mapped by Kirigiri.
So you're telling me it's a Nomad 1?
It is a Nomad 1. It is just aim. Just straight up.
Kirigiri Wakashima Cannon just says it is a Nomad 1, and that is exactly what you were getting here. A 3-minute long 200 BPM with lots of aim at just a bit shy of 7 stars. So this is, I feel, often for a lower seeded team, just the throw caution to the wind, like coin flip kind of pick, because it's so, Nomad 1, the dialogue we've always had about Nomad 1, right, is just, if one team hits a pattern and the other team doesn't, that can be all it takes. Like, it's that small of a margin because it's just aim. So I will show up hoping that maybe that works in their favor here, trying to force at least another pick out of Platano.
Yeah, this is a bit different from a usual Nomad 1, though. A lot of times in, 2019-ish, maybe 2018 to about 2022 or so, a lot of Nomad 1s were really kind of diff spiky, only ever had hard patterns in the Ki time, and outside of that didn't really have much going on. This is a map where if you think you're good at aim maps because you farm aim in solo, you go play this and drop 200k the first time you play it and say, what the hell just happened? Because there's not really any breaks at all in this map. It's all difficult. There's hard aim throughout the entire map. So truly the aim consistency actually matters in this pick. And a lot of players think they have it and don't. This is definitely one for the aim players who are really, really well practiced on consistent high skill cap aim. This was above 7 stars before the aim nerfs in star rating, so this can be harder than it first appears for many players. This has not been a particularly high average score in Nomad 1 throughout the weekend for that reason. So let's see exactly how good these players are at aim on this map. Skill, Alpha, Ideal, Kazuki K in for Platano to try to close it out with a breakpoint. Soft Bunny, Araga, Kiwi, Gender Blender, and Agnes Digital in for I Will Show Up Once to try and extend the match and extend their time in the tournament by one more pick.
And you know who's generally very good at consistent aim is Skill. Very well known as a solid aim player, so looking to see what he's capable of on a map like this. Couple early breaks, Ideal falling, as well as Agnes Digital right before this slower part in the first verse. Comfort levels looking generally speaking decent on those first aim patterns. Very easy, it's just literally miss aim one circle, right? So very easy to break your combo, and 6 holding. As you said, very consistent aim requirement through much of this map. Lower section, kind of like, it's actually harder than it looks, right? You've got like the slow sliders into the high spacing jumps. Very easy to break on those patterns. There goes Alpha, Kazuki K, Soft Bunny, Araga, Kiwi, all. Ideal broke just before, and it is down to just Skill matching the FC of Gender Blender. Agnes Digital on the recovery combo for I Will Show Up Once, giving them a little bit of a lead.
Ever so slight lead here at the end of the first Ki time, and again, this map is not particularly high scoring this weekend. I'll say that again. Players have struggled to keep consistent combo on this map, even with good accuracy across the board, right? 99 for everyone at this point. So everybody holding good accuracy, but the combo, as is pretty typical of Nomad 1, the deciding factor on this map. Everybody's struggling a little bit with that outside of just Gender Blender and Skill on those full combos. There goes Gender Blender. That's the FC gone for I Will Show Up Once. Soft Bunny, Kazuki K also matching the misses there. It's Agnes Digital on the recovery versus Skill on the FC. There goes Soft Bunny once again. Kazuki K also dropping, but that's, again, 2, now 3 misses for I Will Show Up Once during the Ki time versus just the 1 miss from Kazuki K. Alpha and Ideal on recovery combos, and Skill still on the FC, so big combo lead for Platano on this Nomad 1.
Yeah, all eyes kind of have to be on Agnes Digital here. Absolutely pivotal to be able to hold through this last quarter of the map, and will need some help. It's breaks on 3 members of Platano, Alpha, Ideal, and Kazuki K, all struggling a little bit, but Skill holding that FC is going to keep I Will Show Up Once at bay for the moment. 100k left, just the last Ki to come. If Skill can FC, it will probably be safe for Platano, but if Agnes Digital can hold and get some recovery combo out of Gender Blender and or Araga Kiwi, this could start to come back, but it's got to be just perfect execution for I Will Show Up Once here in the ending to have any sort of chance.
Oh, and there goes Skill. Instantly slider breaks as the last Ki starts. It's Agnes Digital, Araga, Kiwi, and Gender Blender. 50k score lead for Platano. Only Kazuki K and Alpha holding. And there's the score lead swapping over to I Will Show Up Once right at the end. You said it had to be perfect execution, Aaron. Well, how about 0 misses through the last Ki time so far? Kazuki K goes down. Alpha the only remaining combo for Platano, and there it is. As you said, perfect execution. No misses, no slider breaks in the entire last KI time, and a fumble on the 2-yard line for Platano as they failed to get it into the touchdown zone at the very end of the map. Give it up and convert on a point for I Will Show Up Once.
Yeah, that's a big goal line stand there from I Will Show Up Once in that last KI, man. Refusing to let Platano through to close out the match. Skill at break right at the start of the KI, and then nobody else able to really do anything, and just the 4-way FC of that entire last section from I Will Show Up Once, absolutely huge. Really clutch performance from them. You love to see it. And it extends the match out by at least one more point, which is going to be our Hard Rock 2. So we do get a Hard Rock pick. Still no Hard Rock 1, but at least it's a Hard Rock pick of some kind, which is kind of cool to see.
And remember, we saw that double Hard Rock on the Free Mod 2 for Platano. It didn't look particularly good, but they ended up winning the pick even with double Hard Rock for Lillian and Skill. So you have to think this team is relatively comfortable on the Hard Rock in comparison to I Will Show Up Once. We'll see exactly how true that is on this pick. CS 6.5, AR10, OD10, 175 BPM, and kind of mid 6-star range. Precision, flow aim, finger control, aim control, straight slider, velocity control sort of map. A lot of stuff going on here, some light slider tech, lots of wiggles, especially in the second half of the map where we see most people break.
Just say control a few more times. I think you need to work in a few more control elements of this map.
Maybe. There's quite a lot of control elements in this, if you couldn't tell. Yeah.
We love control here at the Perennial. It's our favorite skill set. Just every kind of control you can have.
It's got the finger control. It's got the aim control. It's got the grip control. If your fingers slip off your pen, you're going to miss. It's got the keyboard control. If you double tap, you're probably going to miss on one of the wiggles. If it's got the reading control. If you fumble the AR10, it's probably not going that well for you. It's got the slider control. It's got the I don't know how many. I don't know how much shit I can make up, man. Like
chair control, because if your chair starts to roll away from your desk, you're gonna have a pretty rough time.
Yeah.
Monitor control, like God, imagine your monitor just flickers in the middle of the map and you break because of it. Keyboard control. If your keyboard slides or you have a keypad and your keypad doesn't stay in place on your desk, that's always a problem. I had that problem myself. I got a wooden keypad and it just went everywhere. My keypad control was a little lacking.
Yeah. I mean, this is the perfect map for that one meme excuse, you know? Sleep deprivation, bad time to play, bad mood, bad mindset, bad day, bad pools, bad tablet position, bad grip, bad posture, bad air conditioning, rust, mom interrupting, your luck, alignment of the stars. Otherwise, we would have won this Hard Rock too.
Oh, man. All right, well, in we're gonna go. It's 1 minute and 47 seconds standing between Platano and winning this match. If they can continue to win their own picks as they have done with their first couple of picks, they will be the victors this one. So I Will Show Up needs a break point right here and right now to keep this one going. Another pick into their own final pick of the match.
Let's see if they can pull it off. Beginning of this map is relatively easy. This is a quick pick, by the way. Less than 2 minutes long. One of only 2 very short picks in the pool. Less than 2 minutes. Aragakibi with an early break. That is significant. Cyan also finding an early drop. Again, 200 combo is a lot of max combo in a pick this short. I think it's only around 1,000 combo, if that. So that is a very significant portion of the max combo in the map here to start us off. We're already a third of the way into the map. Agnes Digital breaking and Cyan breaking once again. Lillian will trade one of those breaks, but still now 2 FCs to now 0 on the side of I Will Show Up Once. That break from Gender Blender, big for Platano. Skill and Kazuki still holding on, and that's 0 combo on the side of I Will Show Up Once.
Oh, good.
I don't want to say this map is over, but this map's looking pretty over right now.
Yeah, Kazuki holding on to the 500 combo FC, and just no combo really to speak of on the side of I Will Show Up Once. They do break. It's just resets everywhere. However, there's no combo anywhere on the map. With a 400k lead for Platano, that pretty much spells the end of the match. You're just not going to make a comeback of 400,000 plus points when you have literally no combo. And it's going to be Platano closing this one out. It's going to be a 5-2 final score because we're coming into the ending, and that is a 400,000 point lead. So it's going to be Platano. Well done to them. I think that's all there is to say about that.
Yeah, not too much more to say here. Solid match from Platano. Good effort from I Will Show Up Once as well. Did get those 2 points. Did not go down without a fight, but unfortunately will go down in the end. It's ideal, though, the MVP definitely for Platano. Did play this map in bottom score, of course, the top score for Kazuki K on this one. Well done there. But ideal playing all 7 maps, top scoring 2 of them through the entire lobby. And Platano in general, top scoring 6 out of the 7 maps played. Only Agnes Digital getting any top score on any map throughout the entire match. So definitely a team-wide effort here for Platano, and rewarded for that team-wide effort with the win. Congratulations to them. They go 1-1 in the group. Unfortunately, they will not make it out of the group stage, as the other team in their group is already out here. European Goats 2-0 in the group, beating both Platano and I Will Show Up Once. They will be the team advancing into the bracket stage. But Platano, they can hold their heads high, say they got a win in the group stage, and I think be happy enough with how they performed given their seeding. It's not an easy group. European Goats seed number 10 out of qualifiers, so a tough matchup no matter how you slice it there. They were able to take a point versus the top seed in the group, and were able to win one of those matches as well.